Aidan and Ella, hello there. Congratulations on the show. Decent timing as well. I mean, it's not long since the old, Zendaya's Challenger sort of trailer came out. I think getting people quite hot under the collar for kind of raunchy tennis content. You can't buy like marketing like that. Are you guys hoping to kind of feed people's desires, people's urge for this kind of content before that comes out?
I suppose it is coming out a week after Wimbledon, is that right? Is it a week after?
Yes.
I mean, I don't think that's by coincidence. So I think there's certain thought the marketing team would have with that. But saying that, I don't think it doesn't necessarily feel like it's a themed show that would need to exist, at a certain time of the year or whatever. I think it works at any stage, because I think the more although it's obviously the title's sake and stuff is all tennis related and they're in this world of tennis, I think anyone who watches it sort of very quickly can see that it's about more than that, and it's about the relationships between these characters and where they go.
I was thinking about the moral ambiguity of relationships in sport, in the way that the pressures that people are willing to take or impose on others in order to sort of like reach a goal, which seems quite specific in sports, I think. And I wondered if there was any parallels in the world of acting for you guys, or undue pressures you've put on yourselves to sort of achieve something, or whether this was a complete like sort of fish out of water feeling for you guys embodying characters like that.
What do you think of that?
God, I'm not sure. I guess like you kind of understand something in your body when you're doing it. You're like, I get this. Like, I think there's power dynamics everywhere, and also like, like the pressure to succeed, I guess.
It's huge. I mean, it's a ruthless business the same way, isn't it? And I think like sport, I've never really made that correlation to what we do in sport, high-end sport or whatever. But you're competing with your friends all the time, I suppose, for roles or for different things, and it's to keep that world still neutral and not. Somebody said to me before, like, I think comparisons are really hard, and I'm sure it exists in sport too, although there's a clear cut like ranking, where you lie in something so you can adjudicate, or you can high tune things differently. But with acting, it's not that kind of thing. And you look at somebody else's career, sometimes you might go, oh, like they're working with these people, I'd love to do that. They've got amazing reviews for this thing, I would have liked them for that thing I did. Or you're constantly doing it, and I think it's so harmful and it's so dangerous, because you don't know what's going on with anyone and how they feel, or what you can actually get from that, because it's not supportive. It's just I'm just sort of like envious of that thing, and I don't think it helps creativity or anything like it. So yeah, in a world that I think can be as ruthless as professional sport, I think maintaining still like mental health, relationships with your peers and people you work with, stepping back from the business from time to time and just getting, a relative sense of the landscape, and not, it's a business that can take over a little bit sometimes. You go from one job to the next and you're working for this thing and to work with that, and then you kind of, years pass by and that's all you are, and it all feels a bit vacuous and like it's, so yeah. Again, don't know if I answer your question, but I do.
No, that was great. That was thorough. And whatever brought you guys to this show over the years, I think it's certainly been worth it. I can't believe it's 15 years since Being Human. We don't have time to talk about that, but I was looking at that. I was like, holy crap! I can't. If anything's going to make any of us feel old. I'm
working with somebody at the moment who is a props guy who worked on props. He was the properties department on Being Human, and he showed me a picture of both of us. That was worth missing. I mean, 15, I look 35 years younger.
Don't be daft. But there's a great young cast on this, and you should definitely get them onto that if they missed it the first time round. Guys, congratulations on the show. I'd love to speak to you longer, but you've got plenty more of these to do, I'm sure. But all the best with it, and have lovely summers.
Cheers, you too. Take care. Nice to meet you.